I'm going to talk about the inside scoop of the different digital workspace solutions within Azure. So there are a lot of solutions available from inside the marketplace, but as well as just directly to the vendor. And I made them all in sort of like a slide deck and a summary at the end, available with questions and answers that I can share with you and hopefully help you with your decision-making moments with your customers as well for your own knowledge. But first of all, share the agenda. So first an intro. I share some VDI like Pro results on EUC, the players in the field and the future view on how I see how the VDI and digital workspace movements is continuing right now. Then you get an inside scoop of the different vendors, obviously Citrix, VMware, the new Windows Virtual Desktop frame, as well as Workspace, Workspot. I have a look and feel demo of some solutions and a digital workspace cheat sheet at the end, where I put all the questions in all together with all the vendors so you can use it for your own knowledge, for your own comparison documentation. And at the end, I have a fun quiz. And yeah, let's wait for that. So first of all, I'm Christian Brinkhoff. I'm working as a cloud architect and evangelist for Logix. I'm involved in several communities such as the Microsoft Azure MVP, as well as Citrix CTP and VMware vExpert. I'm participating in the VDI Like the Pro program together with Ruben and Mark. And I'm very active on Twitter as well through Brinkhoff_C. So if you want to connect with me and you aren't connected yet and want to stay informed on this topic, yeah, please do. And I'm from the Netherlands, the land of tulps, windmills, and the obvious famous stroopwafels. And another fun thing to share is I'm from Nijmegen, and Nijmegen is like the capital city of the Roman time. And the name of the place where I grew up, Nijmegen, was named at that time Novio Megas, and that was like the distribution canal capital of the Roman time to move to distribute weapons and vegetables and anything like that, and it was looked like this. And regarding the pricing, I have at the end a pricing quiz, and when you pay attention and know the answer of that, you can win this one. And I make sure we make a picture at the end, so you can wear it at the complete event if you want to, but that's your own on your own. So let's talk about the future. And we all know that the world is changing, and we know that marketing slides wide. It says we are part of the digital transformation, the digital transition, and you probably get like face palms when you hear it very often because you know that, right? And you know that the world is changing, but it's actually true. So we are part of that. That on-premises to a multi-cloud hybrid or public cloud transition right now. And this quote makes me thinking about that process with the movement to Azure. So DOS is fundamental for Windows, and Windows will be fundamental for Microsoft Azure. So removing that desktop part of the server side and focusing more on the desktop approach of Windows 10 is sort of like explaining this quote. So this definitely makes me think on how the next 5 or 10 or 15 years will look like. And making that in a comparison sheet from traditional and cloud in transition phase, you will see that VDI will end up in DAS, so desktop as a service. A logon portal, just a normal storefront, for example, from Citrix, will be changed in the unified workspace. So just one single pane of glass workspace with all your apps, all your VDI, and published apps available just through one identity. Local apps will be SaaS apps, Classic Active Directory will be Azure Active Directory, Domain Join will be Azure Joint, and normal group policies will be MDM policies. So that is sort of like the major overview change what I'm seeing and what I expect in the next 5 or 10 years. So what about the players in the field? So I already mentioned some names at the agenda. So obviously Citrix, which is the leader on this side. We have VMware, Workspace, Parallels, Nutanix, and Frame right now. and I go a little bit deeper on that as well in the later slides. And Microsoft with their new solution, Windows Virtual Desktop. So very interesting space right now. Lots of things are going on, and I hope to give you guys a sort of a view on that as well. And I hear lots of customers thinking, which direction are we going to make? Are we staying with Citrix just because that's the easy decision? Just extend my on-premise product to cloud product, for example? Or is there another product there that can do the same for a cheaper price or something? So that's sort of like conversations that are mostly reoccurring right now within businesses. And when you look at the VRLA Pro server of 2018, with the question which public cloud solution will you introduce or use, is still Citrix Cloud and Azure. But my opinion, the reason for that is just because Citrix on-prem, just the normal regular SPC, has the most market share right now. So that probably can change. And when you look at the second one, is Workspace, because Workspace has sort of like the first board in the cloud product right now. So they had like a sort of more time to gain a market share on this part as from the others. And then in the third one we have Frame and VMware Horizon Cloud and Azure as well. But that product is only there for like 1 year or something. So they don't have, like for this survey, they didn't have like very much time to gain that share. So I expect that this will be changed in the next survey results. And still the largest one is no, we stick with the on-premise product, and we don't know yet. So we're still exploring and thinking of what kind of direction we're going to make. If we stick with VDI, or do we change it in a unified workspace and make it like a different way of thinking or something? So that is still the major the share of market that is active right now. And when you look at the
just go back one slide.
Yeah. This one?
What's interesting is the amount of people who say not sure is almost the same amount of people who do Citrix Cloud and Azure.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. So we need to count those results to like 37 or something of their overall. So yeah, that's definitely leading. So they don't know yet. I'm not sure. It's probably the same result of that. More like a fun way of answering that question, probably. So looking at the results of which SPC broker or VDI broker I use on-prem, obviously still Citrix is leading like 68, 70%. But you see that it is like balancing and it's going lower in 2018. That's the expectation regarding the survey. And looking at VMware, they gain in like 10% of market share, and Citrix is lowering that part. So that is sort of the result of overlapping in features in the product that were like 10 years ago not possible, because Citrix was leading and only Citrix was the big company that made it possible. And then after VMware we have Microsoft with RDS, but they now have Windows Virtual Desktop. They gaining the new DAS space with that solution, so I expect that results next year in the survey as well. And Frame works a lot with parallels. So with all those solutions, changes call for innovation, and innovation leads to progress. So that definitely creates sort of like a challenge with all the vendors who has the best digital workspace solution, for example, and who's having the best adoption to other identity providers, for example. So that definitely leads to a very active space right now. And that can be pretty overwhelming for IT admins as us, or CIOs, or people that are not aware of that. But for people like us, it's like, it's fun, right? We see that we have lots of content to blog about, to present about, like this. So who's thinking And just be honest with me that the year of VDI still happens or is happening right now. Can I raise hands who's thinking that the year of VDI still happens? So he needs a smack time, but I didn't see any hands. So in my opinion, the year of digital workspace or DaaS is happening right now next year. So you will see more movement on that, and you will get more questions on that side from your customers. So I definitely think that's the year of in the UC space. That's the year of the digital workspace or DaaS, and that can be challenging. And for me, yeah, I don't care. For me, it's smiling. So regarding that battle, we all have seen that Nutanix acquired Frame, right? And that was like a very strategic move for Nutanix to enter that EUC space and not depending on Citrix, for example. The biggest partner of Citrix is Nutanix, and that is based on AHV. And Nutanix has no own EUC solution, right? And that is going to change. So that is a very interesting move, and that will definitely make some movement or change in that partnership probably with Citrix, because they will take pieces of that pie and create their own, like DaaS or VDI solution based on AHV and frame together as sort of like Nutanix VDI or something. So that's something that probably will change next year, and it's very interesting to see the movement. And we always have VMware with Sanjay. Does anyone want to comment on this from VMware? So, this is like just making noise. So, but it's for a reason, right? He's not reacting on. He's reacting on this. So that's very interesting to see. And obviously, Microsoft released the Windows Virtual Desktop. So that's as well a very noisy thing in this year. And Citrix announced the intention, and I don't know if you all were at the pool last night, but they intended to create a desktop as a service solution based on Windows Virtual Desktop. So they sort of have announced that they want to create something, but they don't have it yet. So that's sort of like an emergency reaction or something from the community side. So very challenging in my opinion. And we also have this guy. He's not here, right? No. And he moved to VMware, and he's like the Citrix guy, right? He did Citrix. He did these CPP things in the last 15 years or something, and he moved to the biggest competitor. So another, very, change or need. It's very, it's noisy. Let's say it like that. So the questions that I want to answer within this presentation is the DaaS or Workspace solution, is it born in the cloud? That's one question. The other question is obviously money. So how are the costs, and how are the costs reflecting to the features that I get within my DaaS solution? Is it supported for hybrid desktops? So can I deploy my desktop as well on premises and have my control plane in the cloud? Very important question. And if it's is it giving you the native experience, the digital workspace solution? One single pane of glass, SaaS apps, VDI, publish apps all through one console. So that are like the more main questions that I have. And I have as well, other questions, but that are the questions that I answered in the comparison sheet at the end. And it's no fighting. So it's just a comparison. You can have your own opinion about it. I asked all the vendors to confirm the questions. So it's not like it's my opinion and it's not confirmed or something. So it's based on reality. So first, Citrix. Citrix is having their own Citrix Cloud, and from the Citrix Cloud they have several solutions such as the Virtual Apps and Desktop Essentials, as well as the normal service. And with that you place like the complete infrastructure and then everything from the delivery controller to the Citrix Cloud. And through a cloud connector it makes it possible to connect to your Azure resource location, for example. And the big benefit of Citrix Cloud is that you only are responsible for your workers, but when you transform from like a Netscaler and you want to have secondary authentication, for example, then you still need to have a known Netscaler in your resource location, so you cannot take advantage of your Netscaler or Citrix ADC as a service that is provided for free within Citrix Cloud. So there are some limitations. Within Citrix Cloud, you can connect to on-premises, you can deploy on-premises, but only through the service, not through the essentials variant of that. And then we came to the point, those two are available from the Azure Marketplace, so you don't need to contact your sales representative for that, and you don't have a contract for like 1 year or something. It's just based on OPEX costs, and it's built directly to your Azure tenant.
Do you know anyone actually using that?
Not that many now. It is for smaller use cases.
Oh yes, no, I know.
So customers below 500
Yeah.
VDIs look at this solution. But yeah, still I don't see it very often.
No.
Is that below 500?
Yeah. But you will need to have like 25 users at start. So that's a minimum. And from that side, yeah, it's probably for smaller companies like 10, 20 FT users. Yeah, they cannot use it, or they need to pay for 25 and use it for 10 or 15 or something. But based on enterprise customers, 200, 300,000 or more than that, I must use it now. They are more like when you want to do a trader program from premise to the service, for example, that only applies to the service and not to this. So that's probably sort of like a sales cycle for Citrix as well to do.
What do you think is the reason for that?
Money, I guess. They want to transform the perpetual license probably to Citrix Cloud. We're doing that in a perpetual or in a subscription way, but with a trader program and making like a deal with a discount for 3 years or something. They continue with the market share or revenue, right? So that is what I'm thinking would happen. But I don't know the specifics about it. There's nobody from Citrix here, so anyone is probably hiding somewhere. So yeah, regarding the on-premise desktop support, that's only supported through the service. So when you use Essentials from inside Azure directly from the marketplace, and then Workspace aggregation is not possible. The control plane looks like this. So it's like a conversion of the on-premise product, making multi-tenant in a publish app provided to Citrix Cloud. And they have like a simplified setup available, but that's only through XenApp or Virtual Apps Essentials, and the quick deploy through the service, which is only available for Server OS, but not for single user or Windows 10 VDI, for example. They have just released, they announced it 1 year ago, and they just released 2 months ago something, the Workspace app, which is a unified single pane of glass portal provided by Citrix. And that one is really cool. You can log in to the Workspace with one identity, Azure AD for example, and yeah, approach your VDIs, publish apps, as well as SaaS apps and Citrix Cloud. So if you're a completely Citrix product-minded customer, that is a really good product for your customers to just create that single pane of glass entry point to your complete environment. So, and on this side you can see, yeah, the apps, the desktops, and the tiles show you like the activities of your user in the past 3 or 4, 6, 7 days or something. And I already mentioned they have intended to release a DaaS offering based on Windows Virtual Desktop. So what is different from that side than the normal Citrix deployment product? So Citrix is taking a prepared image for you based on the OS Windows 10 multi-user. Probably install a VDA on that, so you can make use of the Citrix protocol. And extend that with management monitoring, Citrix Workspace UI, so the single pane of glass, and the Netscaler gateway, secure gateway, Citrix gateway, whatever you want to call it, from inside Citrix Cloud. So it was very hard to get this slide. So make pictures of, I cannot share it. VMware, the second one. VMware is doing almost the same like in an architecture way. So they have a control plane. It's available from AWS. But yeah, the US customer don't see that. So you get the control plane provided. And with that control plane, you start configuring. And within that configuration, when you set up a connection to your Azure tenant, a deployment node will be created in your infrastructure as a service environment. And from that, the deployment starts, a node will be deployed, and a node is sort of like a broker between Citrix Cloud and our Citrix Workspace, not Citrix, Horizon Cloud. That's a fault. And when you want to have remote connections to Horizon Cloud or to Workspace 1, then you will need a unified access gateway as well, and infrastructure service of your Azure subscription. And when you're done with configuring, the deployment engine, the sandbox, will be removed, the node stays behind, and then you can configure base images from the marketplace as well as directly to your own images if you already prepared images, for example. And then your users are good to go to connect. So the control plane looks like this. So compared to Citrix, the control plane is looking more like a native one in the cloud experience. So it's all web-based, not a published app or something. So that's very good. So as well for VDI, single users, multi-user, server OS, it's all web-based. So it's the experience that I had from my personal side. It was very easy to set up. I wrote an article on this, and it was very popular by Felix. It was like 35k impressions. That's 35,000 impressions on Twitter on that article. It's insane. And the control plane, when you configure the desktops, looks good. It's just like this. So you configure the desktop properties, sizing, and then the applications if you want to publish, and you're good to go. They unfortunately don't have a marketplace often. So when you want to buy a Horizon Cloud on Azure, you need to contact your VMware representative or partners, anything like that. And they do support on-premise desktop support as well, but for that, you probably need to have just a regular Horizon Cloud, right? Not Horizon Cloud on Azure. But it's supported as well to connect to on-prem to deploy desktops.
Tech preview.
Okay.
You will see next week in Barcelona some more.
Okay, great.
Very soon, yes.
Okay,
Standard
great.
Horizon 7.
Cool. So they have checkboxes as well made. The advanced unified portal, the same as Citrix, single pane of glass, unified experience for your end user, supports Azure AD with others as well. And I come back to that on the comparison sheet at the end. But as well, VDI as well, publish apps, SaaS apps, all available to one single pane of glass. So yeah, very cool. And the other cool thing is from Citrix as well as from VMware, you can mix both together. So when you're a Citrix customer, you can connect to your Citrix environment through Workspace 1. And as well from Workspace app, from Citrix to VMware. As well RDMI or Windows Virtual Desktop later on as well. So pretty cool. So like they adopt like a different space on that part, so it's interesting to see. And then we have Microsoft. And Microsoft, yeah.
Did that ever log on?
Yeah. You want proof?
Do you have time?
There's nobody here, but you'd probably kick me out afterwards. I continue, and I show it to you when we have time.
All right.
Let's do it like that. That's safe for me. So Microsoft is doing sort of the same story with Windows Virtual Desktop. So first of all, the rumors inside the EUC community with Warren Madden announcing that the session notes is not available in the insider preview of Server 2019. That was like the start of the big rumor thing around Server OS support within XANAP, for example, or RDS. And a month after that, Scott Manchester, the team lead of RDS within Redmond of Microsoft, confirmed that the role was replaced, it was a mistake, and it's back again. Now with that, before that, everyone was thinking that the Windows 10 multi-user was sort of replacing that Zero OS. And now they do like both together. So they released Windows Zero OS for 2019, as well as Windows Virtual Desktop, which is based on RDMI. So what about Windows Virtual Desktop? It's the Microsoft service offering from inside the marketplace. It's free for every Microsoft 365 E3, E5, and Windows E3, E5 and App1 licensing customer. Microsoft 365 is like all the components that you normally use for Intune, AD Premium, Azure AD, and information protection, for example. And Windows 365 is only the Windows 10 license, for example. So that's the way how they replace RDS calls. And they deliver it with native Office 365 experience, as well as extended support for Windows 7 for 3 years. So when you are a current VDI customer and runs Windows 7 in your environment, you can use the extended 3 years when you use Windows Virtual Desktop. It supports remote.
Just a quick question on that one. So Windows 10 is going to get a multi-user experience sometime next year. Turn your phone off. But for Windows 7, so if I'm a large enterprise, and I've got Windows 7, and this appears appealing because I get 3 years extended support. Is that Windows 7 going to be multi-user, or is that Windows 7 going to be individual instances on Azure?
Yes. So regarding pricing, resource cost, that's the next question you probably have for yourself. That will be, expensive. So you probably want to make use of reserve instances for that, or make a power management, for example, to scale down and up, and turn your VDIs down after business hours, for example. That makes it affordable. But it's only the multi-user experience is only for Windows 10, and then 18.09. That's the build right now. It's fully supported for Azure AD. It's easy to deploy from the marketplace. The preview starts later this year, and GA probably will start in early 2019. That's only an expectation. The architecture is the same setup as Horizon Cloud and Citrix Cloud. Control plane, so the backend managed by Microsoft, and the images are your own responsibility. The marketplace offer is already available for preview customers. Looks like this, but you probably get a nice and fancy colorish thing when it's GA. And it's not supporting on premises, and they are thinking to make it supported for Azure Stack, but that's just a rumor right now. Because just the licensing model is based on Azure consumption, so that's probably the reason. And it's all about collaboration. So at Ignite, Microsoft showed a partner ecosystem, a slide with all the partners on that. And they are aware that the Windows Virtual Desktop needs to be extended with more features by partners. So they are very adapted on that. And when you look at a first demo of Windows Virtual Desktop, this is a demo that I received from Microsoft. And it shows an Azure AD connection with MFA through the phone confirmation. So now it's asking for confirmation on your phone. And when you apply to that, it goes directly to an HTML5 web browser that is standardly provided by Windows Virtual Desktop. So you can connect to Windows Virtual Desktop through a clientless environment through HTML5. But no unified workspace available through Windows Virtual Desktop. So that's something that the partners will fill in. So what about user density on the multi-user? Does it compare with Windows Server, for example, or do we have a degradation in like 30 or 40% or something, so I need more research for that. So that's something that I answer tomorrow morning in a session at 9. So I will place a login PSI session with all the results as being part of PDI Like Pro. So if you are interested in that, please join me tomorrow morning. And as well, Rome wasn't built in one day, right? So this is a new solution. Microsoft is very adaptive on feedback. So it probably will be, buggy at GA, or there will be problems, but it's still, a space that is very interesting to be in from the Microsoft side. They never did it before. Then we have Workspace, which knows it or calls their product PC in the cloud instead of that. And they are very good at marketing. This is what I experienced. But let's talk about the architecture. Same architecture. Workspace has a control plane. This is available from Azure. Within that control plane, it connects to the Azure infrastructure as a service for APIs. And you have the possibility to use desktop manage, so they manage your desktop, as well as you connect to your own Azure subscription, for example, and manage your own. So they have both of them available, but it's all working just on RDP. So they don't have an own protocol. It's very basic. So
it's global, or what is it?
It's global, yeah. You can deploy Workspace from every Azure global region in the world, if that answers your question. But you probably didn't hear about Workspace, but they have an Azure Marketplace offer, the same as the Essentials one of Citrix. No on-premises support, so you only can connect to your backend through ExpressRoute side VPN, but that's only it. No desktops. No image management or something like that. And this is the control plane. So it's all web-based, but it's not very advanced or something. And I asked them for a preview or a trial or anything like that, and they didn't give me because they simply were out of resources or something. That was the reaction. So there's not a reaction that you need to give to a community guy, right? But yeah, they have a web portal I'm trying as well. Sort of like similar like the IDP one. So you have a client that you can install Mac or Windows, as well as just an HTML5 web portal. So with that, we have Nutanix bought Frame. Nutanix Frame architecture is like the same control plane. Control plane runs in AWS. Great. And they deploy the machines through sandboxes as well. And it's all very web-based, very simplified. It's a born-in-the-cloud product, so it's very easy to set up. So you are sort of like good to go in 30 or 60 minutes or something. And you can connect to your on-premises environment, but not the desktop. So only to the backplane, to ExpressRoute or something. And that is the part that probably Nutanix will fix with AHV, with Active support. So no marketplace offer, so only to the Frame website. No desktop support on-prem, and this is the control plane. So it looks like this, very simplified, not many buttons to do, but that's probably a good thing for some people. And the HTML5 web portal, it's not a unified pane of glass such as the Citrix Workspace, for example, but it's completely optimized for remote graphics. So when you have AutoCAD or SolidWorks or Revit, for example, it's all optimized. So you can run AutoCAD big pictures, drawings within just the HTML5 browser without any lagging or something. So that works pretty good. You probably need to wait for starting desktop, otherwise Andrew won't believe that it is working, right? So it's working.
I always believe you, mate. I just question.
Well, just perfect. And then we have Parallels. And Parallels is, it's not a DAS solution. It's just you install parallel RAS upon infrastructure as a service in Azure, and you need to manage everything like you normally should in your on-premises environment. So, besides that, it's very cheap, and for some use cases, it probably will fit. So that's the reason why I mentioned that product as well. They have
which use cases?
like legacy. So when Citrix decides to move to 2008 I2 support or something, they will still support it. So that's probably a reason. Or 2003 they support as well, but for security reasons you probably won't want to implement it from an IT admin perspective. And yeah, licensing. So probably when you only want to connect to a full desktop environment and you have not like very much money to spend on the environment, they will fit as well. So it's sort of like they're sitting in between IDP and not in between, like Qualler, between RDS and Citrix or something. But they do more than RDP, but not as many as Citrix. They have now for an Azure Marketplace, which is an automated enrollment of RAS. RAS is the name of Parallels, the application server, and that provides that that console, for example. No desktop support on premises through Azure APIs or something. And the console, they have no control plane, but only just a regular management console. And an HTML5 web portal, so as well without client has support as well. So with that, let's take. So with that, we are almost at the end of this presentation. And I made a cheat sheet with all the questions that I already answered, as well as others, which named the Digital Workspace cheat sheet. And I will share that as well on my blog later this month. But you can make pictures for that for your own knowledge if you want. And on this slide, I answered questions like protocol. If you have RAN accelerators, where the control plane is stored, so if the vendor is using a control plane in Azure or in AWS, so you use sort of like two clouds for the solution when you go for Azure, for example. If there's a hosted DAS offering, profile solution, and at the end you see pricing as well. So I think it's very useful. So everyone made this picture. I see one at the end. Okay, great.
Okay.
So, with that part, we move over to the quiz. And I think you guys are very excited about that. So what is the name of Nijmegen, my hometown, during the Roman time? Who still remembers that? Nobody? Then I pick a winner. You know it. You don't know it? No, nobody? Okay, then I give it to someone. Let me make a picture. Yeah, James, you're the lucky winner. There you go.
Thanks, Christian.
So,
I'll teach you to pay attention.
so he's the lucky winner. So thank you all for joining.